Okay, so setup wise for me now, ticks a lot of golf boxes. Okay, you're gripping the club really nicely. I think as long as you don't curl the fingers in, just put them in the fingers as if you're holding a carry bag and just drop your thumb on top. You wouldn't hold a carry bag and then pull your fingers into your palm. You put a lot of stress on that thing, and that would then cause that club to close. So for the most part, then setup wise for me, very, very good. Backswing wise, we said, very, very good. Getting the golf club now to the top of the backswing, really nice. Both of these pictures here now, if I said to you which was the good one, which was the bad one, it'd be a guess, wouldn't it? You wouldn't have a clue from there looking at that, okay?
But sometimes I got to work, when I'm at that position, I tend to just break the wrist a little bit so the head...
Yeah, I mean, so you get a little bit of... you can feel a bit of... Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the moment there, we're not getting much of that, okay? But that kind of movement there is okay. Now, as you get to the golf ball here now, if we look at these here now, as you're coming into the impact position, again, if I said to you which one of these two is the bad one, which is the good one, still probably guesswork, yeah? You still couldn't identify which one is going to be the different one, okay? As we come into impact here now, club coming in now, again, even there, split second before impact, which is the good one, which is the bad one.
Can't tell.
You can't tell, okay? What we will then see is basically after impact, we'll see the impact one being topped, one being good, but we'll see the movements after the shot, which is basically being caused by all this movement down here that creates the effective visual on the way through and obviously ruins the impact, okay? So, as we're starting to bring that golf club down, okay, here's the one on the left-hand side that we top, so that golf club now has been on the bottom of the club. This one now gives you a much better contact there as we go through. In terms of visual, they still look fairly similar, yeah? A little bit hunched, as we said, because the body's not rotating fully, but as we swing through here now, okay, that position there, as we swing through this one here now, that position there, okay, so they're similar-ish now. You watch the lower half movement now, so your right foot's still quite flat. Starting to see a bit of difference now in terms of that right knee movement there and that foot, and as we start going through, kind of starts coming through. Oh, there's a bit of movement there, okay. So your hip movement on this one on the right-hand side was better, your longer movement there, okay. This one here kind of a bit sort of snappy. So, and again, there's a little part I think I remember about here somewhere. There, if we go back to here on this one, about there and there, where was it? It was about there. Okay, basically your zip on your flies and your belt buckle has just gone round that little bit further. And we're talking minuscule. Oh, exactly. This is the thing. So when you're looking at these tiny little adjustments, you can't see them. So therefore feeling them is going to be impossible. All you've got to do is understand that if we hit a shot like this, okay, so this one on the left hand side we've topped, okay. If we top the golf ball, it could be that we are leaning on this back foot. Okay, so your weight hasn't quite shifted over to your front foot. That's number one, okay?
Okay.
That could be because of stiffness, haven't loosened up, anxiety, tension, brain's thinking of other things you're on the golf course and your concentration's wandered, okay? A lot of times people try and concentrate for the full 4 hours, and physically we can't. We've got about an hour and a half, 2 hours of concentration within us. And again, if we then trying to concentrate for the whole way round, your brain's going to get knackered by hole 10, 11, 12. So between shots, you've got to learn to switch off. Don't think about golf between shots. Chat with the guys you're playing with. Smell the roses, whistle along, sing a song, and enjoy yourself. Don't worry or think about So if you find yourself in between shots, either worrying about previous bad shots, like I've been put on the 6. Oh bloody! If I'd have made that putt on 6, if I'd have done this, that's in the history of that. You can't create anything that's going to improve that. So between the round of golf, you've got to think, I've got an hour and a half of concentration. So when you get the golf ball, allow yourself a minute for every shot, turn the egg timer on kind of thing, right, okay, concentration time, right, there's my target, I'm going to use that golf club there, going to go there, okay, step to the golf ball, whack, hit, do, switch off. And that's a skill that people do have difficulty trying to attain because they want to concentrate so much and want to get every single shot right, but their brain's in concentration over 4 hours, or trying to be, and by the time they get to hole 11, 12, they're just burned out, okay? So that could be reasons why we top the golf ball, okay? You're on the back foot, as I said, thinking too much, anxious or tense on the golf course, okay, or losing concentration, okay. The other shot you might get when you're on the back foot is because you're leaning back this way, you try to stretch your arms for a little bit and therefore leave the club face a bit open. You might get the slice shot, okay. You'll also feel like when you're stretching, like your arms are coming across the ball, they're actually coming across the body, which gives you that perception that you've sliced across it. So you think, oh, my path's gone out to in. Your path's gone pretty straight, and then the spin's taken effect at the end of the ball flight, about 140 yards down the ball flight. It then starts curving. So that type of shot, when you get the one that you described, goes about 140, 150, 160, and then starts curving up. That's a pretty straight path with a face that's maybe 5-10 degrees open.
Right.
If you were coming across the golf ball and the face was that far open, it would be more dramatic. If the face was square, it would start further left. So you've got to look at the ball flight, see what the ball flight's doing. Don't think, I felt like I cut across the ball. If the ball's starting fairly straight and just drifting off at the end, you ain't come out to win.
No,
you're out to win to the club face, but not to the path of the golf ball. So don't then try and change these things.
For me, it's always that 150 yards. Great.
And then you see it drift, and that is basically if we think about if I try and draw some lines on here so we can do. So this is your golf ball here, okay, and we'll say target is up there, okay. If your golf ball kind of we'll say that's 200 yards, okay. So if the golf ball sort of starts going along here and about 3/4 of the way just starts doing that sort of shot there, the yellow line here, that's kind of a path in that direction or fairly straight to target, and a club face aiming over there to the right slightly. So the spin has taken effect along the line of flight.
So it's just slightly
if you then think, actually I've swung, if you're thinking, I've swung out to win over here, if the face was pointing a little bit open, you would see a ball flight that looks like that. Massive slice, start way left and just disappear in the tree, which you're not really getting, are you, okay? If the club face then, or the green line, was aiming over here, the ball then would just go straight over there. So the flight you're getting, that straight one that curved, is a pretty good path. The face is just a bit open impact, okay?
I think that goes a long way to explain. I've known that.
And grips causing that, you see. Go on,
no, because I think, close the club face. If I'm slicing it, close the club face. So I'm here now doing all this.
Exactly. But then you're guessing how much to. It's always a tricky thing. And then what will happen is, if then you close the club face and then you try and change all these different things you're changing, it's going to cause the ball to go all over the place. So if you're stock bad shot, should we call it, the two bad shots you get, slice as in goes in the air and then curves off to the right at the end. That's a fairly good direction you're swinging the club on. The face is just aiming to the right. And by the time the ball has lost its sort of forward momentum, around about 150, the spin just takes effect. Okay? Go back to that grip though,
The grip.
Don't flick it up with the fingers. Let the hand, just the palm just sit on top, okay? So your palm's sitting a bit more over.
I'm so here. And this is.
That's fine. The
face is square down.
And then you bring the club back in towards it. Exactly. When you've done that, you curled your fingers underneath to do that. Okay. Does that make sense? Though,
That
so
does make sense.
The shot you're getting is more of a path being pretty good and a face being the issue.
That's right.
Good.